Well, good afternoon. Today is the 7th of June 2023, and I just want to make a brief comment about what is going on, and many people would have seen this, and I'm just making a general view of this video that's on YouTube, and I've seen others, and I've seen the interviews and so on with one of the most highly classified, the guy that has the most top secret classification you can get, probably, and has now been authorized to actually reveal that the United States has indeed crashed flying saucers, if you like, UFOs, UAP as they call them these days, right back from the Roswell incident of 1947. It was actually July the 8th that year, and their bodies removed from that craft. And here we go. We're getting lots of stuff coming in as we speak, so to speak, here. Never mind, I'll have to deal with this one while I can, then get back to that. And then there were, as I said, bodies removed from that craft, and a number of others. And one of them is Aztec in Colorado, where one crashed, and a number of witnesses, including actually a pastor, I think, from a church pastor, happened to be driving out there to do something, and there was a smoke arising out of a canyon, and so some guys were sent out to do with oil storage and the like out there. I don't know about drilling, but they got oil tanks, and anyway, quite innocently, people were sent out there. Oh, look, this looks like the oil storage is on fire or something. Get out there and check it out and see what's actually happening. Anyway, when they got out there, this craft had crashed, and a number of people got to it, including that pastor I was telling you. I don't know which church it was, frankly. There's books out on the subject and everything, the Aztec crash UFO. You could probably get it in the library and so on if you're interested in it. But there were 14 bodies retrieved from that one. Now, people scoff and carry on, and there's no proof, and what are you talking about? And they say it's like science fiction. Yeah, okay, they can say that, but so what is going to happen, and this is what concerns me more, is something that is called full disclosure. Now, we're heading towards that full disclosure with this guy Grush as a top security clearance, and as put a formal complaint. It's called a whistleblower, about the information not being provided to the Congress as it should be. Now, I'll get back onto this in a moment. I've got other things I must clear up before I continue. Well, sorry that we're have to have a break in that for a moment. Only something quite simple. Would you believe the battery is running out of power on the camera, so I had to change it. And also I've had phone calls, and I've got messages coming in Facebook and what have you. So I wouldn't be surprised if I got yet another phone call to interrupt this. But what I've been trying to get onto is that this full disclosure, after many decades of lies and cover-ups, is likely to happen within a very short time. I can't put a time on it, whether it's a few weeks or a few months or whatever, but it's building up. Now, the authorization, official authorization to say these things without them being silenced or redacted or whatever is interesting. Now, there's conjecture, even on this program that I'm sort of illustrating, introduction to it, shall we say. Oh, why now? Could this be what they call a psyop? In other words, get our attention off And he didn't say these exact words, like the Russian-Ukraine war, for example. And, maybe they're trying to make a few more $1 billion to do different things and whatever else. And there's black budgets and all the rest of it into various things. So I'm not going to get into that subject right now, actually. I know it is genuine. This is not yet another fake thing to draw our attention away from one thing or another, as this program was like raising the question. That's all it was doing, saying, well, what if, you know. But it's going to mean that the multiple millions and millions of people around the world are going to be in a state of shock when the full revelations come out on this disclosure, as I said, that I think they will bring literally some of the craft out. I think they will bring out the bodies that have held since the 1940s. And there have been a number of crashes. I'm not really sure how many, but I just said Roswell and Aztec. Now, anyone wanting to research the subject could look into those too, but Aztec is an interesting one, and there are books out on Roswell is very interesting too. And actually, there's far too much to discuss about that right here. I know that it's true, in other words, and we're starting to have this revealed as being true, and there's no use now talking about, what do they know about it, how do you know what is true, etc., etc. It's going to come out. But it's going to, as I say, one aspect of it that it hasn't been really discussed yet is that I'm a Christian, and there are millions of Christians who would say that, you know, there's God and there's heaven and there's us on earth, and we are the centre of creation, and which we're not, and that is to say earth. And it's only about 6,000 years old, which it's not. It's and many people would argue with me on this, but it's billions of years old, the universe. But that doesn't exclude God. It doesn't indicate that God didn't fill his universe with life. I believe he did. And some people right now are discussing on that. What I'm saying is, you know, they're going on about God and all the rest of it. But I'm far more open-minded on this subject than a lot of even family and friends that I won't name the people, but they're not open-minded at all in some cases. So they have this closed view that, as I said, to repeat it in a sense. Going back to Genesis, the earth was the first creation, humankind was created, and then the whole thing, of course, said to have occurred only about 6,000 years ago, which we now know is not true. Now, what I believe will come after the full disclosure will be a general, multiple number of, shall we say, species will eventually even do something like address the UN, for argument's sake. Now, I'm not able to say that's going to happen in the coming weeks or months or whenever, it may be a while off, but they will be able to outline what is going on in the universe, and they've been around for a long time, and they're so advanced that they've overcome space and time, quite literally. So those sorts of things will be revealed, and a lot of people's religions or faiths or whatever which have been misunderstood, I can only put it to you that way. I'm not criticising their core belief in God and even their acceptance of Jesus Christ. I'm not here to question that. What I am going to try and point out here is these things are going to be outlined before very, very long in revelations, literally, that we could not even hardly visualize today. And I'm just very, very pleased that this is starting to come out. I've been waiting for a very long time for it to come out. And I just wanted to know what people think when they see these reports, or do they ignore them? Now, I've sent some of this to people, even just one of the reports just that I'm actually focusing on right now, to some close friends, and I don't know whether they have seen the videos in full in their details, or whether they've ignored them or whatever. But I can't do anything about that if they have ignored them. I'm just making a statement now that these things are going to mean a great deal more to humanity itself and into the future. So I just thought I'd have that to say, and I'll welcome any civil and polite comments on this, so please feel free to do that and discuss the subject. So thanks for viewing.